helping others is a huge part of life.
It just goes beyond multiplication sometimes. It's about building that connection and building that trust.
Being a role model to the kids, I always thought was important. They don't have many people that necessarily listen to them.
I feel like if you have a job, or if you have, a vocation, whatever it is that you do outside of school, anything like that, you at the center of it, at the core, has to be, how am I benefiting someone else?
It's about building that connection and building that trust and starting to bind to where they see themselves in you. And I saw those two, Derek and Phil, and I saw them being role models and them being leaders. And I said, I want to be that. And it's about getting those young kids to see that as well, that I want to be that. I want to be a positive impact in my community.
For me, I always understood that sometimes it only took like one interaction to change someone's life. Because, someone did that for me when I was growing up. A lot of times we see the end result, but we don't see how to get there. We don't necessarily see what steps we have to take, and to try to help them understand that college isn't as far away as it may seem. So for me, it was just being able to talk to them and tell them kind of what I did, that I'm not so different from them, or I didn't have so much of a different start than they have.
Being a role model to the kids, I always thought was important, because I feel like they don't have many people, that necessarily listen to them. So I thought it was important to, build a relationship with the kids and just be a good person in general.
Once I started tutoring at Chastang, and I saw Phil, what he was doing, and I know I've been by your office a few times, and just really being in the presence of Spring Hill and its values and things like that, I vowed to volunteer my time as much as possible.
There's nothing greater in life, that joy, that innocence that those kids have. Because even though they go through challenges back at their house, they're still kids when they come by us. And that's one of the best things, that we can give them the opportunity to be a kid. And they give us that opportunity too, to be a kid, to joke, to laugh, to really just understand that sometimes life don't have to be that serious. It's just great to just sit down, have fun, joke, and smile, and just be happy.
We don't know necessarily what's going on at their household, so it's important, to listen and make that connection, as Brandon and Derek have both been saying, with the children.
For me, I learned that once we're there and present and in the moment, and not worried about homework we got to do, or I got to go to work later, I think the only time that you can have the impact is if you're completely present and not worried about anything else except for that moment.
It took me to see that opportunity that Derek was offering me to be a leader. And I could have ran from it. I could have said, nah, I'm cool with being a tutor. I just want to do this. But I didn't. I took that opportunity. I said, hey, I want to be like you. I had to take the challenges of being like him. And that meant sacrificing more than an hour at tutoring. That meant going in the office, spending some extra hours, and figuring out, how do we get the Chastang program to be the best Chastang program it can be, for not only the kids, but for our students that also go here to Spring Hill, which are our tutors. How can we make the Foley Center better? How can we make it the best program here at Spring Hill?
The 4 years that I've been at Chastang, I want to say I probably only missed one day, just one day. And just going there every day, that was the best part of my day, just seeing the kids. They made me smile when I was down. It was even better than track practice. Just being, a role model to the children. They may or may not have, both parents in their lives. And even as I think back to my childhood, a lot of my closest friends, I think I can count on one hand. Honestly, I want to say my family may have been like the only family with a mother and father, both parents in the home. And I don't know, it's just, it sticks with you.
And I think that's big. That's big. I've worked with people who don't come from the same situation that I am, and I love those people because I've interacted with those people, I've connected with those people, and if I could ever give them that piece of what they're missing, I would do it in a heartbeat. It goes so much further than me taking the shirt off my back. If I can give them my family of what I have, that support system that I have, because it's so much further than just coming to school. It's a support system. And I think that what we do offers them a little bit of that support system that they don't get to see. And we know we could speak to the results that we've seen when we just working with a kid for even a week. They improve because they got that support system that they don't have back at home.
When we get older, I want to see what does this program, the Foley Center, how does that help us to evolve and to remember what we've seen and where we've come from? And I think that's so important to have here at Spring Hill.
That's just what it was to be a leader, you know? You never know who's watching you, but you gotta know that somebody's always watching you,
Right.
no matter what you do. And it's up to you to carry that light and be that beacon. And you did it, man, you know? You did it.